Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between VortiX versus JohnnyCage playing under the name Bioika. And anyways, VortiX spawning as the red undead player over here on the top left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Bioika spawning as the yellow human over here on the bottom right. Human versus undead in a 1v1 matchup. What is going to happen in this match? Well, watch, stay tuned, find out, as I really don't know. This game also taken from the Russ Brain Cup? Is that the official name of this? No, this is DreamHack, Warcraft 3 open for Europe. I'm sorry, thought it was Russ Brain Cup or the Russ Cup for a second. Nope, this is DreamHack Open, taking selective games from the past month or so since I took a little bit of a holiday vacation, Christmas vacation, to just enjoy time with the family. Rust Brain Cup is the um, official name, but yeah, this game isn't taken from the Rust Brain Cup. The dude is a legend. All right, good luck. Um, hmm. Coming back across here, Archmage, Footman, gonna go ahead and get trained up. We are looking at JohnnyCage, pretty much opening up with a very standard human build. Archmage, Barracks, nothing too out of the ordinary. What we're gonna be looking at and keeping track of, well, is JohnnyCage's particular creep pattern. Also, is he going to be getting up an arcane tower to try and fend off against any of those crazy shenanigans, as VortiX is going into a Crypt Lord? Crypt Lord, very popular hero. And now that he has been updated to really go wide, and those beetles are really something to try and deal with. Those beetles, with that very long life, end up getting or sticking around for seems like forever and a day. Archmage gonna run off to the north here, perhaps try and go after the Renegade Wizard. Militia already off over here. Are we going to be picking up Forest Troll, Shadow Priest? I do believe so. Water Elemental being dropped right behind, switching aggro from those rogues, as the Renegade Wizard here is going to throw down a Purge, gets a Purge onto the Footman instead, as the Forest Troll, Shadow Priest gets a Lightning Shield, being forced to back away from all of the action. Archmage sitting at level 1 will get to level 2 off of this creep camp. Wand of Mana, stealing the item that the Archmage was not looking for. And, well, picking up a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3 for a bit of additional health. Water Elemental now making its way back over. We are looking at, well, multiple Apprentice Wizards off here. Gonna go ahead and, well, get some damage onto that Water Elemental, as that Water Elemental fights its way through, picking up a Slippers of Agility +3. Coming back on the other side, VortiX has already established or is already establishing this expansion here. We do see that the Altar of Darkness was in fact unsummoned, as the Crypt Lord does pick up also a Ring of Regeneration. Ring of Regeneration, one of those items that, well, you don't really think about, but overall it does heal a large amount of hit points. Ring of Regeneration, every minute it heals 120 hit points if your unit is not already at full. So over 2 minutes of time, it heals as effective as almost a potion of healing. Right, so that is really incredibly helpful over time, as that Crypt Lord doesn't need to, well, perhaps get a death coil or anything of that nature later on. Coming back around, we are building up a scout tower here. It looks like JohnnyCage is going to be sticking around at tier 1 for at least a little while longer, while setting up an expansion of his own. Both players on Terranistan really not crossing the bridge, so to speak. These two bridges, they're going to be creeping out the insides of their own base for a little while longer, getting up to level 3. And what is this? Where's the Crypt Lord going? Crypt Lord's going to go ahead and teleport down to the south, sends a beetle on over, and now we are looking at the units going to try and engage here. Illusion now wandering around. We are getting up that arcane tower, a second scout tower here, trying to prevent the beetles from being able to mosey on through, as we are going to be getting up. Are we getting up a second arcane tower? Yes, we are. A second arcane tower indeed. Coming back around here, the beetles, perhaps, are they just going to try and clear out the remainder of this creep camp here, going after a chicken? Come on. Coming back out. And, well, they could easily clear out the apprentice wizard creep camp and that rogue wizard creep camp in the center portion of the map. We are looking at, oh, this could be a very bad play indeed. How much damage is going to be there? There's a quick impale, death of a forest troll shadow priest, preventing him from, well, being able to engage. We are now looking at a ghoul infestation coming in from the far side here. 2 arcane towers is not going to be enough. 1 water elemental will definitely try and help here as the ghouls are going to try and fight and engage once more. Meanwhile, back across on the other side, Archmage ends up getting surrounded, able to break free after taking down one of the beetles and abolish magic from JohnnyCage's Forest Troll Shadow Priest, making the difference right there. All right, the beetles, are they going to continue to try and engage? We are looking at more beetles getting taken out. Archmage sitting at level 3, well, as that Brilliance Aura making a very big deal there. Water Elemental trying to put in pressure onto the ghouls. Ghouls being forced to retreat back as, well, another Wand of Mana Stealing, preventing that Crypt Lord from getting in too much mana, and more damage still adding in again. Crypt Lord going to try and, well, double back around. Are they going to just run inside the base? Gets in a little bit of distance again, as the Archmage shows up to try and go after some of those beetles. 1 beetle now taken down. Archmage seeing that level 3 chasing after the, well, after that Crypt Lord, but that Crypt Lord, well, Crypt Lord is going to turn around and just attack that beetle? No, not going to do it. All right, not doing that either. Units are just retreating all the way back home. Archmage going to get up to level, or is going to try to drop down another water elemental and perhaps try and get to level 4. Should be able to get close, but will not really get there. All right, Kobold Taskmaster going after that front water elemental. Well, Crypt Lord Illusion now coming into play. Goblin Shredder joining in on that fight there, as we're looking at the Belt of Giant Strength picked up by the Archmage. That Archmage has 900 hit points at level 3, plus 9 strength. And when you have plus 9 strength, why even bother picking up a Tome of Agility, right? Archmage making its way back around here. We are looking at, well, a tech to tier 2, most likely by both sides, nearing completion there. No tech to tier 2 by JohnnyCage. So it is going to be still only an Archmage for quite some time. A Ghoul going to get taken down, no problem. Archmage a little bit low on mana. Is he going to try and mana steal from that illusion? He knows that it is just an illusion. Going to go ahead and leave it alone as the engagement getting ready and into play here. Water Elemental now being dropped here. Crypt Lord is going to try and Wand of Mana Stealing, get that last bit of mana, as another Ghoul could get taken down. 1 more shot. Wow, Ghoul survives at 13 hit points as an Impale comes into play right there. More Blight is added on, and, well, VortiX can be able to finish off another of JohnnyCage's units as the Archmage does finally get to level 4. Level 2 Brilliance Aura is very helpful indeed, as VortiX is losing a couple of Acolytes, but those Acolytes are just still very well protected, as Ghouls and Skeletal Minions are here alongside some Spirit Towers. Meanwhile, Archmage is going to try and fight back once more. Another, well, Water Elemental duo able to deal so much damage against those Ghouls. Those Water Elementals, 33 to 41 damage. Once you add in a little bit of Focus Fire, that damage does add up quickly. All right, getting in a little bit more experience, Archmage. Well, 4.3 Death Knight now going to be showing up to the battle, as well as the beetles are trying to get away. Greetings, thank you, PJ Nom Nom Nom, as we're looking at the carry-on beetles making their way back over. So far, Archmage with 950 hit points, so difficult to take out. Archmage looks to be able to get away. Even an Impale and a Death Coil wouldn't really deal that much damage, and the Archmage just seems to be able to drop Water Elementals for days. But, well, with that said, this is not going to be the perfect position. However, JohnnyCage already had an escape plan in mind to pick up with the Goblin Zeppelin. Beautiful, beautiful pickup right there as the Archmage now flies back. I was wondering, what is JohnnyCage going to try and do? And he already had a Goblin Zeppelin en route. Tech to tier 2 now underway here. Goblin Shredder joining in. Well, JohnnyCage sitting at 36 supply compared to 41, but he had 2,000 gold in the bank. So with 2,000 gold in the bank, well, obviously he's going to be able to do quite a bit with this here, getting in a lot of farms as well, and he's going to be blasting into low upkeep here in just a moment. Not quite sure why he going to go ahead and summon up that Water Elemental, perhaps try to come back over the top with a bit more harassment, but VortiX is already in position with a Gargoyle to try and fend off any additional Goblin Zeppelin play. Goblin Air for the win. Well, no, Gargoyle countermeasure for the perhaps death of a Zeppelin, as we're going to be looking at that the Zeppelin trying to back up. Acolyte now trying to retreat here. Ogre, Mauler, double force troll berserkers, and just using all of these units here to try and put pressure here. Archmage with that Brilliance Aura. Scroll of Town Portal now coming across, and now is this one Goblin Zeppelin going to get taken out? Damage and adding up onto that Goblin Zeppelin, now leaving behind an Ogre Mauler for a second, as the unit's going to go ahead and drop back down. One Gargoyle down to 32 hit points. Death Coil does save him, as the Gargoyle was, well, almost dead right there. All right, Zeppelin play being shut down before it really gets up and running. JohnnyCage sitting at, what, 1,600 gold, still trying to stay in, no upkeep for as long as possible. He does have a Mountain King as well, and he is also going into triple Griffin Aviary. Back across here, the Goblin Zeppelin. What is going on? Why is the Water Elemental taking down its own Goblin Zeppelin? I do not know. Archmage shows up to the party here, trying to put in some pressure, and damage is just pushing back VortiX again. All right, Forest Troll Berserkers are here once more. Belt of Giant Strength given to the Mountain King. That Mountain King at level 1 has 900 hit points, but the Archmage nowhere near as strong. But, well, with the Pair Up to Vitality, still looking pretty good right now. All right, there goes the Impale. Mountain King just at the tip of it, as the Water Elemental with Lightning Shield could have finished off a couple of these, well, Carrion Beetles as well. All right, Water Elemental going after this last assassin here. Mountain King sitting will stay at level 1, but gets in a finishing blow there.
A player's forces are under attack.
All right, 42 over 72 supply, waiting to get into tier 3. Weapons upgrades are underway. Level 2 steel forged swords, perhaps going to be going into Mithril next. 3-0 upgrades. Mountain King also picking up a Book of the Dead, which has a small window of opportunity to be used before your opponent really goes into any destroyers. However, this may be a different case, as it is all of a sudden transitioning into a Necromancer meat wagon strategy. A Necro wagon across the board. These Necromancers are going to be able to, well, bring up an army pretty much instantaneously. Do the Crypt Lords? Yes, the Crypt Lord also has Scrolls of Healing. So what better way to bolster a Necromancer meat wagon strategy? Scrolls of Healing. When you are going wide, just heal up all of that damage so quickly. And there's that pop-up army that we were expecting. All right, there's that pop-up army, 1 meat wagon, and all of a sudden 16 extra units are joining in on the fight here, as we're going to try and engage. Death Coil trying to go after these units. Archmage, Mountain King off in the back, Orb of Fire. We are at tier 3. We are summoning up Griffins, but how much damage can really be done during this time? Meat wagons pushing in all of this pressure. We are getting in level 2 armor upgrades for all of these units. Or all of the air units as well, as the Mountain King is in that frontline spot getting impaled. There's a Thunderclap, which gives him a little bit of additional health here, as the Mountain King, while trying to dodge away. Paladin going to be joining in on the battle here in just a moment. Mass repairs coming over, as triple Griffins joining in on the fight. All right, are the Griffins going to be able to do anything? Perhaps go after the meat wagons and go after those obsidian statues. That is key, but there is crippled now onto the Griffin Riders. All 3 getting crippled there. Massive Thunderclaps in as well, as that Mountain King is in trouble, continuing to get Holy Light, trying to get saved. More cripple coming across, as this push from VortiX catching JohnnyCage and me completely off guard. Death Knight now in that front line spot. We are looking at an impaling against many of those units in that front line again, as we are looking at now level 3 Death Knight and level 5 Crypt Lord. However, they seem to have pushed in a bit too far and are really taking some damage as well. Cripple across pretty much the entire human army. Arcane Tower removing mana on both the Death Knight and that Crypt Lord there, as the Holy Light still trying to save. All right, Paladin could be in trouble. Archmages here. Orb of Fire, Scroll of Town Portal, Staff of Sanctuary trying to save in some units, as the Griffins trying to go after some units as well. Paladin is going to be able to Holy Light anything. Archmage is sitting at level 5 for level 3 Water Elementals. That means it's going to be a little bit less on mana. Stormbolt is going to be able to turn things back around, as the army is still pushing through. 3-0 upgrades on this army. 14 to 18 damage, so much damage indeed, as the Paladin comes in for another Holy Light. Paladin almost, or getting close to level 2. However, and the Mountain King almost at level 3, but it may not matter. Crypt Lord still chasing after all of those units as the main expansion has been shut down. Death Knight coming in from the bottom right here. So much damage coming across. Stormbolt now onto the Death Knight. Death Knight could be in trouble. Death Knight potion of invulnerability transferred at the last second. 97 hit points, just enough. Mountain King could be in trouble as well. Staff of Sanctuary saves the Mountain King off to the back, at least for now, as the Water Elemental going to get cleared up here. Crypt Lord very close to level 6. Goblin Shredder joining in on the battle, but the Goblin Shredder is going to be weak to all of this there, as we now see a Scroll of Protection being used as well. Death Knight still has a Scroll of Healing. This pop-up army really just dealing so much damage. 3-0 upgrades on the meat wagons as well, able to just deal so much damage. Priest trying to join in on the fight, and well, the problem was that JohnnyCage did not go for Priest at all. Even now with just Adept training, it's teching too much into Griffins and not having a way to deal with this just absolutely pop-up army of VortiX. JohnnyCage trying his best to fight back here. Mountain King now back in the game. He got dispelled to try and shake off that Staff of Sanctuary, but, well, the army is still pushing through pretty heavily. We see the Crypt Lord is now at level 6. 3-0 upgrades here. Crypt Lord now looking to back away. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? There goes an Impale. Mountain King. There's the GG. JohnnyCage unable to fight back there. That pop-up army just simply too strong. Yeah. Pretty much trying to go for triple Griffin Aviary to try and get away from the opponent's the opponent's Crypt Lord's Impale, and that's why so many times you just go for Arcane Sanctum and you allow your Spellbreakers, who are magic immune, to dodge that Impale. Great game between the two. VortiX really just a very strong timing attack with the Necromancer and that Meat Wagon, really putting in enough pressure, and the fact that the army was 3-0 upgraded was just enough. Also, all of the cripple across multiple Griffins really shutting them down and making that army feel significantly smaller. All right, stay tuned for more WarCraft 3.